The 2025 NFL schedule release is here, and we are breaking down each NFL team and their record for the 2025 season. Shout out to the Flex Zone family's own Alex, our resident 49ers fan. I see you. Appreciate your comments on the community tab. We're breaking down your 49ers today, brother. Will they make the playoffs? Will they make it back to the playoffs after a down season? Favorable schedule on paper, right? But they don't play games on paper. It's the Flex Zone. 49ers fans, Flex Zone family, football fans, subscribe if you're new, hit the like button, hit the bell. We're breaking down each team's schedule game by game. I'm giving you my record prediction. So comment down below. Let me know where I was right, where I was wrong. We'll look back at this at the end of the season. And how do you feel about some of the games? Will you be going to the games? What are the matchups you're looking forward to seeing? Let me know down below. And let's get into the record prediction for the San Francisco 49ers here today. 49ers didn't make the playoffs last season. They opened on the road in Seattle against a divisional foe, 405 on Fox. I think they win. It's a very interesting year for the 49ers. Does Brock Purdy get paid? When does he get paid? Because I think he will get paid. How much does he get paid? Is Christian McCaffrey healthy? How do they move on without Debo Samuel? Is Brandon Ayuk healthy? George Kittle is still there. Trent Williams, how much longer does he have left in the tank? Is the offensive line retooled enough? Defensively, can they get back to their dominance? Had some injuries on the back end of their defense. Joey Bosa, can he stay healthy? Fred Warner, he is there in the middle, one of the best in the game. I think they win in Seattle. I think New Orleans is, honestly, I'm not picking New Orleans to win many games, Saints fans. So when we get to you guys, I'm projecting you probably have the number one pick. So I think the 49ers actually start 2-0. I think they actually can beat the Cardinals too. The Cardinals beat them in San Francisco last year. Did they sweep them? So I think they start 3-0. Then they host Jacksonville. I think that's 4-0. So I think the 49ers could start out 4-0, ladies and gentlemen. Then they host the Rams, or they go to the Rams, excuse me, SoFi. Now, this is always tough because it seems like McVay always has Sean has little Shanahan's, Kyle Shanahan's number. So I'm gonna say they start out 4-1. Then they go to Tampa Bay. That could be tough. So I'm gonna say 4-2. That's a 1 p.m. start too. So those West teams going East, I never like that matchup. So I think they start out 4-2. They host Atlanta 5-2. Go to Houston. Do they win? I'm gonna say 6-2. I'm gonna say they win against Houston in New York. I'm gonna say they split one of those. So they're 6-3 after 9. So 6-3 after 9. They either win at Houston, lose in New York, lose to Houston, win in New York. So 6-3 after 9. Then LA again. I think they get that one back. So they go to 7-3. Then go to Arizona. I think they lose that 7-4. Because I think they split with Arizona and LA and they sweep the Seahawks. I think the Seahawks will finish fourth. But I think the Seahawks will be a little bit better than we think, but I think they will finish fourth. So what is that? 6-3 so far. Let me just recount what I'm saying. I got them starting 4-0. So then 2 losses, 4-2, then winning 5-2. So 6-3, 7-3, 7-4, 8-4 against Carolina, and then beating Cleveland. So I have them at 9-4 through 12 games hitting into their bye. So 9-4, then Tennessee, I think they win 10-4 at the Colts, 11-4 versus Chicago. I'll say they lose one of the last 2, Chicago or Seattle. So what is that? 5 losses, 12 wins. Are they going to be 12-5? Wow, that's a lot of love for the 49ers. 12-5. That will probably put them back into winning this division. Potentially if they go 12-5, Alex. I want to hear from you, especially you in the comment section or any other 49ers fans if you're finding us for the first time. But like I said, I have them beating Seattle, beating New Orleans. I have a 4-0 start. Then they go to 4-2, 6-2, so 6-3, 7-3, 7-4, 8-4, 9-4. Yep, 9-4 at the bye, 10-4, 11-4, 12-4, 12-5. So maybe 12. Do they get 12 wins? Do they go 12-5? Wow, I think I do have I love this schedule for them. I think they do go 12-5. I think they get back to potentially winning this division. I don't know if it's going to be them or the Rams. I got to look at the Rams schedule. But right now, if you want to sprinkle a couple dollars maybe on the 49ers to win the NFC West, there may be some money in that. Like I said, they bring a lot of their weapons back. They have a very favorable schedule. The NFC West isn't easy. Like I said, they could lose one of those games to Seattle at the end. So I'm not gonna say I think they could maybe be like 3-3 in the division. But the Chicago Seattle end of the season, I think they split. That Sunday game on the 28th is a Sunday night game, so that could playoff implications. But I think they get to 12 wins. I think the 49ers get back to the playoffs. I think they get about 12 wins. Worst case, like 10, but with this schedule, and if they stay healthy, which I think they will, because last year they were just depleted with injuries, I think they can get to 12 wins, Niner Nation. I think you guys can be back in the hunt to try to get that illustrious Super Bowl that you've been longing for. You've gotten close. You've lost a few Super Bowls, but I think you can get back to one and get the job done. Maybe who knows? We'll see. But I think they get 12 wins. I have them at 12-5. I heard their schedule was a little more favorable, but looking at it on paper, they're able to stay healthy. Brock Purdy able to do what he does. Christian McCaffrey back. Kittle, Ayuk. Defensively, they get healthier. They had a really solid draft, in my opinion. They always draft a solid win, in my opinion, as well. I think they can get 12 wins. They could be back. No one really talking about him. Kyle Shanahan's still one of the best coaches in the NFL. I know about his failures in the postseason, but he is a really good coach. Robert Saleh back on the defense, can't forget that as well. So I say 12-5. 12-5. I think they have a game. They have a neutral site game. No, they don't have any international games. So yeah, they're all stateside. So 12-5 for the 49ers. We'll see if that comes to fruition. Like I said, worst case 10-7, but I can see 12-5. 49ers back in the playoffs. I don't know if they'll win the West because I think the Rams and the 49ers are the two best teams, but I think that 12 wins could potentially win this division. But we'll see. We want to hear from you, 49ers. Hit the like button, Niner Nation. Subscribe, comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. I'm not biased. I'm just telling you, I think 12 wins is really, really feasible. Alex, let me know. I know you're loving the schedule. 49ers fans, I want to hear from you. Leave a comment. Let me know what games you're going to, what you think about the schedule, and what you think about this team. What do you think about the Brock Purdy situation? How much will he get paid? Comment down below. Hit the like button, hit the bell. We'll keep in the train rolling. We're breaking down all 32 teams and their schedule. God's favorite host, yours truly, right here on the Flex Zone Podcast, your home for sports and the NFL. We'll see what happens with the 49ers. Will they get back to the playoffs? I think they will. 12 wins. I'm going 12-5 right now. We'll see what happens in the NFC West with the 49ers.